Hi Violynners, welcome back to the Violining Studio. In this video we're learning Song of the Wind, the third song in Suzuki Book 1. We're going to do it in 3 different tempos, but first we're going to figure out which notes we're supposed to play. Also, a new bowing technique appears here called staccato. It's when you start and end the note a little bit sharp. Not in pitch, but in movement. I'll show you. This is our normal détaché. This is staccato. Let's get started. Let's figure out the notes in the first line. What do we have? We have open A string, then we have B, then we have C sharp, one step away from the B, then we have D right next to it. Now we're moving on to E string. Move your elbow just a little bit down, play on E, 4 times. Put the first finger down on the E string, one step away from the beginning of the fingerboard. Now we're moving on to A string, lift, put the third on. Now, this third is going to be in the same spot on the E string. We just need to transfer, lift, first finger, and then open E. Moving on to the second line. You have the same thing repeat. 1 on the E string, F, sharp, D, third finger on A string, transfer the third finger on the E string. The third finger on the E string is the note A, lift, F sharp, first finger, open E. Notice how you have a little sign there. That's not a note, that's a quarter break. A quarter break is as long as the quarter note. That's 1 beat. So we have to wait for 1 beat and not play. And that's when we practice with the metronome, so we can know exactly how much is that 1 beat, how long is it. Let's move on. Now the third measure in the second line. So right after the break, we have open E, 3 on A, lift, 3 times, actually 4. 1 more, lift, second finger, C sharp, 4 times, 1 more. Now we'll lift, first finger, 3 times. Last line, we're lifting all fingers, play open A, C sharp, second finger on the A string, open E, retake, open E, 3 on A, 4 times, 1 more, C sharp, second finger 3 times, 4 times, sorry. And 1 more. 1, B on the A string 3 times, for real. Last note is open A. Now, before we start practicing with the metronome, we're going to practice the staccato a little bit. So you have this sharp beginning and sharp ending. That's going to make the note sound shorter. It's going to sound shorter, but not be shorter, okay? The value of the note stays the same. Also, it's important to notice that here we have 8th notes. The 8th note is the first subdivision of the quarter note. That means you're going to fit 2 8th notes in 1 beat. I'll show you how to do that better on the metronome later. Now let's just practice the staccato a little bit, like this. Dig into the string a little bit and then let go immediately and stop. All right, now let's put the metronome on and explain how to practice eighth notes. We're going to start with tempo 50. However, if these are eighth notes, we need to feel the middle of the beat. So we're actually going to put the metronome on 100 and we're going to play just open string, one note per beat. So at 100, that's going to be our subdivision on 50. So 100, we're going to count the subdivisions. That's what it's called. I hope you can hear this. Seems fast. Let's do it only on open string with the staccato and we can also do this in a slower tempo. Let's say 90, which would be about 45. And let's do it at 80 as well. So we'll start at 40. 40 per quarter note, right? And all right, let's go down to 40 now and try to do the same thing. That's how you can train feeling that middle of the beat. Okay, so putting the metronome on in the original tempo, which is a beat per quarter note, and then putting the metronome subdivided, so counting the subdivision, which is going to be twice as fast from this. So if it's 40, then 80 will be your eighth note. And you can switch back between 40 and 80 so you can practice getting better at subdividing. Now we're going to stay at 40. And I'll do the whole song. Count two twice. So 2 open bars. 1, 2, 1, 2. Break. Break. Retake. Break. We're going to do this in 3 different tempos. That was the first tempo. Now let's go a little bit higher. Let's do 50 and see how it goes. This is going to be faster. One and 2 and 1 and, or you can count 1, 2, 1, 2. 1 and 2 and. Break. And we're going to do one more beat. And we're going to do one more tempo, 60. And to practice the subdivision for 60, you're going to have to put the metronome on 120. And this is only if you can, so don't force yourself. It's better to play it slower and play everything correctly than play everything out of tune, but fast. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. break. When you open your arm, and you're in the middle of the bow, so you're going down, right? Make sure that you don't open to the side like this, because then your bow will go sideways. You open from the elbow down, so you stay with the bow as straight as possible. And that's it for Song of the Wind. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I hope that you can use this video. I hope that it will help you learn this song, and I'll see you in the next video.